Joe Rogan has just broken down one of the most controversial accusations surrounding Jake Paul.
So much credit for stepping into that ring.
That guy is only fighting 3 rounds. He's a fucking handful.
Yeah.
He's really good. He clocked Anthony Joshua. He did hit him with a big right hand. Didn't have any effect. He weighed 216, but he's doesn't even have abs right at 216. He could easily weigh 190.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could make 190.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua's gigantic.
So big.
He's so big. He's so much bigger. So, of course, like his punch that he knocks Tyron Woodley out cold with, Joshua just eats it.
What are you saying to the feedback on the fight?
You can clearly see Tyson was holding back his punches.
They just want me to lose. That's the only way they would have thought it was entertaining. And people are like, oh, it's rigged because look at him on the pads, but he didn't do this in the fight. Because someone is fucking punching back, you dumb fucks. People don't realize my power.
That is true.
And my jab and my speed and my ability and my footwork to get out of the way of those punches. So then all of a sudden he's throwing at literally air.
That was not a boxing match. Jake Paul had a very healthy fear for his life while he was in there. He was running away. He was trying to get distance. Then he was trying to step in to win this contest. And then he's trying to get out of the way so that he doesn't get hurt again. He was fighting. He's got to go forward. So now he's clinched him. Now he's dropping down to his knees. He's going below the waist. He's getting a double leg position. Jake was fighting for his survival. You could see that this animal who's been caged and is just trying to make it through. It was incredible. And any boxer that wants to say, well, that wasn't high level boxing, go ahead, I won't argue with you, but any human that says that wasn't a fight.
And it has reignited a debate that simply refuses to die. It's a question that has been circling combat sports for years. And after Jake Paul's clash with Anthony Joshua, the noise has only grown louder. Social media detectives are slowing down footage, freeze-framing exchanges, and claiming they have spotted signals, hesitations, and moments that do not sit right with them. Now even Anthony Joshua's name has been pulled into the discussion. In the past, Joshua has been asked directly about the legitimacy of influencer boxing. And while he has never accused Jake Paul outright, his comments about business boxing, entertainment fights, and spectacle over sport have been used by fans as fuel.
Observation. A lot of what Jake's preparation is based around is not only the physical aspects of training, but the way he thinks, meditation, breath work. And if I can break his soul, and I can break his mentality, then I've broken Jake. So this is why it's going to be an interesting fight, because I just don't look at it from a physical standpoint. I know the person that's in front of me, and I know that I got to break it. That's what I said, I got to take his soul. It's not just physical, I got to take your soul in the ring.
Only person that can do that is God.
I knew he was going to say that.
Is he f***ing with your brain?
No, I don't know. That's what I was gonna ask. Is how do you plan on doing that? Like when is it gonna start?
Because everything.
I mean, obviously in the fights it's different.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
I mean, when are you gonna start taking it?
I've just seen in fights when I can see someone's, let's call it energy, frequency leaving their body, and that's what my goal is to do the same to you. You have that instinct. You can see it. When you're fighting, you can just see a small glimmer of someone that's just about to start fading. And then you just keep exploiting that, keep exploiting that until some people give up, some people get knocked out, we'll figure out. But as I said, for me, it's not just going in there and being dominating physically. I want to break him down spiritually and mentally.
That's some deep boxing that you just broke down.
Yeah.
Answer to that question was proven last night. Bro, you can take a shot. Anthony Joshua hits you with probably his hardest shot that we've seen drop every other single fighter that he's fought.
Yeah.
And he hit you in the face, and not only did you not get knocked out, you dropped and said, wow.
I was like, wow, that was nice. I was on the ground, I was like, that was a good shot.
Dude, did he surprise you with his power? Like,
no, to be honest, no, but I mean, he surprised my jaw. It's literally
Off your
snapped,
face.
bro. It's literally snapped.
Dude, when
Completely snapped.
after the fight, you were like, I think like one of my teeth is, and you open your mouth, and I was the first to see it. I went, oh, you broke your jaw, dude. On both sides, too.
Broken jaw, those injuries are very difficult to come back from. But as AJ said, like that last shot would have knocked out a lot of heavyweights. And I know he went down heavy, but you know, he was conscious on the floor. And I thought his game plan, although obviously very negative early on, which it had to be, was smart at times. And there were times where he held his feet and let his hands go. You know, it was a very one-sided fight. It was always going to be a one-sided fight, but you can't you know, you can't give him anything but credit and respect. There's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of people who want to criticize people. They're not doing what Jake Paul's done. He just went in with Anthony Joshua and gave it his best shot. Took a lot of punishment and ended the fight eventually on his feet after the stoppage. So, you know, I think he'll have to see physically how that jaw, I don't know the severity of it. It's a very difficult injury to come back from. But he showed he's got ability, and that's what we said. You know, he's dedicated to the game.
It's a huge, huge honor for me to do these events whenever I can. I enjoy them, and I think the obviously, you know, the more seasoned and better and more accomplished and veteran fighter won. But I don't think Jake's stock goes down. He could still fight, you know, the Furies and the KSIs. I would love to see that fight of the world, even the Darren Tills of the world. Like, I think that there is still very much a market, but obviously there's levels. And by the way, there are weight classes for a reason as well. He's a cruiserweight, he's not a heavyweight. But it sounds like he wants to keep going. And it sounds like AJ wants to keep going, although in a brief conversation with a member of his team, they said maybe this February date is too soon. He specifically mentioned Tyson Fury, bypass that February date, go straight to Tyson. I know there is a fight on the table for February, but again, that's why I hate when they announce these things before. You could get tired, you could get hurt, you could get, who knows, banged up. So let's see if that February date remains. I'm hearing it could be in flux, and let's see if his next fight is against Tyson. That's the fight that everyone wants to see. We don't need tune-up fights anymore. Make that fight next. Jake needs some time off. Maybe we see him back end of 26. Obviously, he's got a lot going on with MVP. And obviously, he has to heal that broken jaw.
Not proof, but fuel. Joe Rogan addressed the chaos head-on, explaining that accusations like these always explode when a polarizing figure starts winning fights he is not supposed to win. According to Rogan, this is nothing new. Boxing has always been surrounded by conspiracy theories, especially when money, fame, and outsiders collide. Now, before this goes any further, let's be clear. This channel does not believe Jake Paul rigs his fights. There is no evidence proving that any of his bouts are fixed, and suggesting otherwise remains speculation driven by online narratives. But the stigma itself is what makes this story so fascinating. Fans point to moments where Jake appears to roll his tongue, pause exchanges, or step offline at strange times. Others claim opponents hesitate when they should not, or fail to capitalize when Jake is visibly open.
So many people can't speak. Yeah, but it's obviously scripted, isn't it? I'm like, no. One, that's illegal. I mean, this is a professional contest. Two, we would never sign up to anything that's going to make AJ look bad or devalue him, lose rounds, go loads of rounds.
Do you think there's any world in which AJ pulls back, though?
No, absolutely. He couldn't do that as a fighter. He would be incapable of going in there and holding back. I mean, I think the only thing that's a bit harsh is if Anthony Joshua doesn't knock him out in the first round, he should be ashamed of himself. Like, Brian, give us two, like, or three. Because if Jake does move, he can look after himself. It's not like he's just going to get one shot round the arm and go on the floor. He's a tough guy.
What do you think about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua?
Realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. You take a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and then you're going to fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists in the heavyweight division. This is a terrifying human being. A guy who survived Usyk twice, the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. You know, you saw what Usyk did to Dubois. Did you see that? I mean, that's the Usyk you're talking about. There's an Usyk that rocked Tyson Fury, who's fucking 6'9", and the toughest guy you fought before was 40 years old Anderson Silva. That was the toughest guy so far you fought. Jake Paul wants to fight that guy. I'll watch. Nuts, right? Just the fact that he's willing to fight the two-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
A guy who's gigantic in his prime, built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're going to stand, and he's a one-punch killer. And you're going to stand in front of that guy, and he avoided shots till the 6th round. He just started getting tired.
Yeah, his movement in that fight was crazy.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
He was really keeping him moving around the whole ring, and then
you can't afford to get tired.
You can't get
That's
tired.
The thing is, like, he gets tired in a lot of his fights in the later rounds. You should really sort that out. Because if he had a much bigger gas tank, like if he was training with like some of these elite world-class strength and conditioning coaches and just worked on his cardio, he'd be beating way more guys.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%. But it's like what he's doing is learning how to box, and he's boxing and he's training hard for sure. But to get that world-class gas tank, you need like a Sam Calavita, you need like a Nick Curson, you need like these plyometrics experts that are got heart rate monitors on you, and they're checking when your recovery is ready and go.
Yeah.
And you're fucking yeah. You need guys monitoring your recovery, monitoring your heart rate variability, your VO2 max.
I couldn't believe it.
I don't. And maybe he is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is doing that. But whatever it is, it's not.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Yeah, his teeth have come out of place. But credit to him, he done well. But I told him what was going to happen. But it just took 6 rounds to do that.
People will criticise you for going 6 rounds with Jake Paul. How do you feel about that?
I deserve it.
Why? Come on.
Because
in a boxing with one of the baddest men on the planet, who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller. That's insane. One of the most skilled fighters on the planet. My brother, as a fucking YouTuber, went 6 rounds with him in a fight with a broken jaw and rolled ankle. I'm so proud of him. That was just unbelievable.
I saw you talking crap to AJ at one point.
I was trying to get his head. I think I pissed him off. I was just saying fuck that shit. I love AJ. But bro,
I saw you going on the fight game.
I was talking so much. But I just pissed him off. Then he broke my brother's jaw. Fuck this guy.
Broke his jaw, huh?
He split his jaw. You know? He don't care though. Jake's having a fucking blast.
Yeah. We'll see him back again for sure?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Logan. Appreciate you, brother.
I just didn't expect for it to go down like that. That shit was like a joke almost. Like, that was just like funny. It was just crazy.
So you don't think it was a real fight?
Nah, I think it was more for entertainment. He's a good entertainer, you know. That's just who he is since he was young, so.
What should Jake Paul do next? Should he carry on fighting in professional boxing?
No, stick with YouTube. Quit boxing immediately and stick with YouTube.
He got 40 million for it. He got 40 million for it.
Should Jake Paul retire?
None of it is concrete. None of it is verified. But in the internet age, perception travels faster than facts. And here is the reality Joe Rogan pointed out. Jake Paul is fighting under a microscope. Every punch he throws is analyzed. Every reaction is questioned. Every win is doubted. And that is because Jake Paul does not fit the traditional boxing mold. He did not rise through amateur circuits. He did not grind in obscure gyms for a decade. He entered the sport with money, attention, and leverage, and that alone makes people uncomfortable. The Anthony Joshua fight only amplified this. Joshua is a former heavyweight champion, a disciplined professional, and a symbol of boxing's old guard. When Jake Paul steps into the same ring environment as someone like AJ, the comparison becomes unavoidable. And when Jake survives rounds, lands shots, or shows durability, disbelief hits hard. Some fans say there is no way. Others say it should not be possible. And when people cannot reconcile what they are seeing, they search for explanations. Rigging becomes the easiest one. Joe Rogan pushed back on that thinking, pointing out that boxing history is filled with fighters who were underestimated, written off, and laughed at until they were not. He also reminded listeners that toughness, preparation, and timing can close gaps people refuse to acknowledge. So what is next for Jake Paul? That is where the conversation becomes even more interesting. After the Joshua fight, the stakes are higher than ever. Jake is no longer just a YouTuber boxer. He is now a legitimate lightning rod for the sport. Every future opponent will carry pressure. Every performance will be dissected. And every win will come with an asterisk in the eyes of his critics. But love him or hate him, one thing is undeniable. Jake Paul has forced the boxing world to pay attention. And until he loses convincingly, the accusations, conspiracies, and chaos are not going anywhere.